two men, Congolese passports, a restricted SADC meeting in South Africa, and now serious questions about who they really are and why they allegedly tried to get inside. On social media, some people are making an even more explosive allegation that these men may not actually be Congolese at all, but Rwandans using Congolese documents. Is there evidence for that claim? Who are these men? And perhaps most importantly, what was their motive? Their case is now before the South African justice system, and the next court proceedings could begin giving us answers. This is a story Rwanda Digest will be following closely. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rwanda Digest. Today we're looking at a developing case from South Africa that deserves close attention, not because of the rumours circulating online, but because of the serious questions those rumours and the alleged security breach raise. A short video circulating online shows two men described as Congolese.
Yesterday, the two Congolese nationals appeared very briefly in court. They are accused of allegedly trying to access and enter the 46th SADC summit held here in Durban without any accreditation or being told illegally. So what they are being charged with is fraud, impersonation and contravening the SAPS Act of entering a designated or restricted area. Now yesterday...
translated to you that the state is at this stage objecting to bail. And Mr. Periachi is going to be submitting certain documentation presentations to the state to consider this bail application. So, gentlemen, we both remain in custody until the 24th of August, and you'll be going back to the school.
I think there's one more thing. Was he accused and assaulted by police at the time they arrested? Was the fear that there might be further assault and then Westwood prison was.
So you want them in isolation?
Yes.
I'll note that.
Thank you.
They allegedly attempted to gain unauthorised access to an area connected to a SADC meeting in South Africa, using credentials that have come under scrutiny. The two men have since appeared in court, and their case has been postponed until August 24th. And that is where this story becomes particularly interesting. Because since their arrest, social media has been filled with questions about their identities. Some people claim that these two men are Congolese. Others are making a much more serious allegation, that they are actually Rwandans who were using Congolese passports or presenting themselves as Congolese. At this point, we need to be very careful. Those allegations should not be presented as facts unless South African authorities confirm them or credible evidence in court demonstrates them. But they certainly give us questions worth asking. Question number 1. Who are these men? Are they actually Congolese citizens? If they are Congolese, where are they from? What are their backgrounds? And do they have any political affiliations? On the other hand, if the allegations circulating online are correct, and they are not Congolese, then we need to understand how and why they allegedly obtained or used Congolese documentation. That would raise an entirely different set of questions. But nationality alone doesn't tell us the whole story. Because the biggest question may be the next one. Question number 2. What was their motive? Why would these men allegedly attempt to enter a restricted area connected to a major regional meeting? What were they hoping to accomplish? Were they simply trying to observe the proceedings? Were they trying to approach someone? Were they acting on behalf of an organization? Did they have a political objective? Or is there a much simpler explanation that has not yet emerged? We simply don't know yet. And that's precisely why the court proceedings are so important. Investigators will hopefully establish not only who these men are, but also why they were allegedly trying to gain access. And then there is the security question. This incident should also remind us how seriously security must be taken around African presidents, senior government officials, and regional summits. The Democratic Republic of Congo is currently facing an extremely sensitive security situation, particularly because of the conflict in eastern DRC and the regional tensions surrounding it. That means security surrounding President Félix Tshisekedi, his delegation, and other senior Congolese officials must remain extremely tight whenever they participate in international meetings. Now, we should make something very clear. There is currently no basis for us to claim that these two men intended to harm President Tshisekedi. We should not make that leap without evidence. But security services cannot afford to ignore unauthorized attempts to access restricted diplomatic spaces. The whole purpose of security screening is to identify a potential threat before something happens. Congolese or Rwandan? And this brings us back to the question dominating this story. Who are these men? If they are genuinely Congolese, then investigators should establish their identities, affiliations, and motives. Were they ordinary Congolese citizens? Were they associated with a political movement or opposition organization? Or were they acting entirely on their own? And if evidence eventually establishes that they are Rwandans, or citizens of another country, then authorities will need to explain the documentation they allegedly possessed and why they were apparently presenting themselves as Congolese. These are legitimate questions, but we should allow the evidence to answer them. What happens next? Their next court proceedings are expected on August 24th, and that date could become very important. We will be watching for answers to several questions. Who exactly are these two men? What nationality do South African authorities officially establish? What documents were they carrying? Were those documents genuine? What credentials did they allegedly use to approach the SADC meeting? How did they obtain those credentials? And above everything else, why were they trying to get inside? Because ultimately, their motive may tell us much more about this case than the rumours circulating on social media. For now, there are more questions than answers. Two men are facing a legal process in South Africa. Allegations surround their attempt to access a restricted SADC-related space. And competing claims are circulating online about whether they are Congolese or Rwandan. But allegations are not evidence. The court process may now allow us to separate what people are saying online from what investigators can actually prove. And Rwanda Digest will be following this case. After the August 24th proceedings, we will look carefully at whatever new evidence emerges and ask again, who are these men? Where are they really from? And what exactly were they trying to do? What do you think about this case? Do you believe the upcoming court proceedings will finally clarify their identities and motives? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you appreciate fact-based analysis of Rwanda, the Great Lakes region, and the stories surrounding it, subscribe to Rwanda Digest and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.